My first goal was to live and to fight. I got over Guillain-Barré syndrome. That is a neurological disorder, and in 2014 I had a triple bypass. It could not be done here because of my neurological problems before. You go into GBS and you come out a different person because you realize what people feel when they really can't do anything. You absolutely reprioritize everything. I realized that my company had depended on me solely before I got ill with GBS. I decided my brain was active. Everybody thought I was gone. But I designed an application in my mind to manage human resources, to develop my staff, that later became the best-selling integrated human resource application in the Caribbean, being used by IBM in different countries, and most of the major companies, all of the auditing companies and stuff, they all use it up to today. And I continued to develop it before it was TSL. I was a salesman in a company called Process Equipment. The owner for that company died, and the company was put up for sale. I was asked to invest, and the three of us got together and started a company that was predominantly involved in furniture and office machines. And that was in 1979. In 1982, I changed the company into an information technology company because at that stage, computer technology was coming out in a big way. So we became a technology company in 82. We operated out of a little old building in Eastern Main Road. My goal became one of making this business a successful one and being able to support the staff, because at one stage, just in Trinidad alone, we had about 200 people inside here. We tried to become an IBM partner in the late 80s, but they weren't having it because our little old building inside here wasn't a good enough looking place for them. How I countered that was I started to sell into their market by going to the States, buying IBM on the gray market, bringing it down here and selling it. And at one stage, I was probably doing more IBM sales than they were doing with their dealers. And therefore, they became a partner of mine in 1990. And little by little, more and more companies decided that this was a company they wanted to deal with. Xerox came knocking on my door in 1996, and that was a big change for us. They called first of all to ask me if I would be interested in representing them, and I told them no. And they asked me why. I said, well, I don't have the money, I can't do it. And they said, well, will you please still meet with the people? So the guy came down here, and I told him no and no and no, until eventually he took my wife and myself out for dinner one night. And he showed me that I could sell a machine and make $500,000 US in one sale. And $500,000 US in those days was a whole year's profit for me. So that was my second big relationship. And we became, in 3 years, the #1 reseller in the island in digitized office machines. And then over the years, we become the business partner, President's Club Award for, I think, must be 9 times in the last 20 years. I define success not in the same conventional way that most people do. I define success as satisfying the people that we serve and we work for. Customer satisfaction is something that a lot of people talk about, but it's at the very top of our scale. It's at our board meeting every single month. And at that stage, we run around 100%. That employee satisfaction comes second. So those are 2 factors. And if I can do that properly and build a business while doing it, a sustainable business, to me, that's success. Failure is nothing more than a bump in the road. You have to find a way, like a pothole in the road, to get around it and continue. There were times when I couldn't take a salary. I had a gift to play music. I actually was a resident keyboard artist at various hotels. I played 6 nights a week, 9 until 2. And every single morning I was at my desk at 7:30. I was using my music to finance my business. There was no other way for me to do it.
Good music helps you strengthen your mind and doesn't allow you to suffer from depression. And then he's had great support from his wife, who's very, very supportive and has been with him in all of his challenges, going right through foot and foot.
7 specialists, doctors, who would have ordinarily charged me probably millions of dollars, come and tell my wife one by one, we've never seen love like this before. We're writing off our bills. So you get the sense that you need to give. So in Trinidad, we started a foundation called the TSL Foundation, and that is to support staff members, to support people who just don't have a way of moving forward. They have a medical problem, whatever it is. Our foundation is largely funded by our staff, whatever they want to take out of their payroll every month, and the company doubles that and sends it into the foundation. We're a small trust, small foundation, but it's building. One is a charitable organization, Women in Action for the Needy and Destitute. My wife and I were very involved with very close friends. So she joined as a board member. And eventually a vacancy came up for president, and she took it, and she did an awesome job.
He has impacted the business community. He's led the way in technology. Technology development hasn't flourished as much as it should because I don't think the country has recognized what he knows and appreciates that the future is in technological development. That in years to come, the Trinidad latches onto that as the oil industry fades as the dominant force in Trinidad and Tobago, that technology and technology development of products is a great market for the promotion of exports in Trinidad and Tobago. To be successful, you need passion, tenacity to go with it, and energy. And I think he has those three qualities very well distributed in his life.
I build relationships. I can walk into a room and build relationships with anybody. I've had the opportunity to meet from the highest, from Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, King Charles, several times because I was on his trust as well. Different presidents in different countries. I'm a liveryman in the City of London. The one I belong to is called the Worshipful Company of Information Technologists. Bill Gates is a livery member. All of these people I have access to all of them to do all kinds of projects.
Being inducted in the Hall of Fame, I think he'd be very gratified. The fact that you know that you've done a good job and can answer any challenge that anybody has is the greatest reward. Nicholas, I think you deserve this reward. You have been an exemplar to the community for a long time, and I think it's very gratifying to see that you've been recognized. Good luck, my friend.